Coming up on Sports Night.
On homecoming weekend, football takes on Howard, looking to get back to 500.
Men's soccer looks to stay undefeated as they welcome the Scarlet Knights to Evanston.
And field hockey faces its toughest test of the season as it tries to keep its win streak alive against number 3 Iowa.
Big night last night for Chicago sports. Connor Bedard scored his first career goal for the Blackhawks.
Certainly true, Griffin, but I'd argue that the biggest development in the Chicagoland area sports world is that we're back for another show.
It's Sports Night right now.
Welcome to Sports Night. I'm Ethan Segall. To my left is Griffin Senyek. For the second straight week, we join you from this off-site studio while our normal studio is under construction.
So unfortunately, you're stuck with just us, the monitor behind us, but that doesn't matter. You're here for Northwestern sports, and we've got plenty to catch you up on. Northwestern field hockey has been unstoppable since their loss to Louisville, winning 11 in a row. Up next for the Cats was number 3 Iowa, with a potential move up to number 1 in the coaches poll, a real possibility with the win. Northwestern traveled to Des Moines to take on the Hawkeyes in a top 3 matchup with major implications in the collegiate field hockey world. Late in the first quarter, penalty corner for the Wildcats, Lane Herbert takes a powerful shot, but it's blocked by the Iowa defense. More first quarter action, Olivia Benkohl pushing the pace. She finds Chloe Relford, but Relford's shot is saved by the Iowa goalkeeper Mia Magnota. Later in the second quarter, Benkohl again pushing the pace with the steal shot. It is saved once again by Magnota. More penalty corner action. The powerful shot by Wattis is tipped away and out of danger. Another defensive stand by the Hawkeyes. The Wildcats do receive another corner as Wattis takes the pass, but once again cannot get past Magnota as she saves it once again. One last penalty corner in the first half. Lane Herbert can't shake the defense, and the top 3 teams go into half deadlocked at 0. The Cats looking to strike first in the second half as Ilse Trump rips one off a penalty corner straight into the net. Northwestern is on the board in Des Moines, taking the 1-0 lead. Wildcats looking to extend the lead in the fourth quarter. Wattis taking on everybody. She goes oppo and doubles the lead with a beautiful goal. Wildcats now up 2-0. Penalty corner for Iowa now, but this shot will be denied by Annabelle Skubisz. Hawkeyes get another try, but Skubisz once again with the kick save. She is phenomenal, keeps the shutout alive, and Northwestern would go on to win. They finish the job and get a huge 2-0 win over number 3 Iowa. With the win against Iowa, Northwestern moved up to number 1 in the coaches poll this past week. Here to talk about the top team in the country is our very own Brendan Preisman. Let's get right into it, Brendan. This Northwestern offense really successful this season, giving lots of teams trouble. Who do you think has taken a leap that has led to the team's success?
Well, I don't think it's anyone necessarily taking a leap, but I do think a newcomer has had a huge success at revitalizing this team's offense and taking it to another level. That is the freshman phenom, Olivia Benkohl. She's got 6 goals, 3 assists on the year. That puts her 3rd on the team in points. But to me, her biggest impact doesn't show up on the stat sheet. She is excellent at forcing turnovers, especially when the other team's in their defensive end. Against Iowa, she set up 2 really good goal-scoring opportunities. And while neither were able to convert, it helped keep the Hawkeyes back on their heels all game long in what wound up being an eventual 2-0 victory. She's got the best instincts I've seen from any first-year player in a long time. She's really fast, she's really smart, she's got a great feel for the game, and she has used that feel to great success throughout this year so far. She's been the main reason that this offense has hit another level.
On the flip side of the ball, this Northwestern defense has felt impenetrable at times. What do you think has been the key that's made this defense so dominant?
I mean, yeah, it really has been. Just 7 goals allowed over the course of this entire season. They've now played 13 games, so that is no small feat. I think that it starts, obviously, with the goalkeeper, Annabelle Skubisz. She's been excellent. She's 4th in save percentage nationally right now at 82.9%, but she's not even top 65 in saves per game. She's only got about 2.8. That's because the defense has just been so aggressive and so turnover happy that Skubisz really hasn't had to make all that many saves. Against Iowa, she was basically a glorified spectator for the first 3 quarters of the game, and that's no shame on her. She did great when she had to, but she only faced 1 or 2 shots over the first 3 quarters of that game, and it's because of the turnovers, it's because of the speed, it's because of the aggressiveness of the defense. It is just almost impossible for Northwestern opponents to get a clean look on goal right now, and even if they do, Skubisha's right there to slam the door in their faces.
Now let's talk bigger picture here. Only 4 regular season games left. Makes me start thinking about the Big Ten tournament, NCAA tournament. What do you think this team's ceiling is? How far can they go? Do you think it's championship or bust? Because they are the #1 team now in the coaches' poll.
Well, Northwestern 5-0 in the Big Ten right now, 6-1 against ranked teams. Their only loss in the opener to Louisville. And honestly, this squad kind of reminds me of another Northwestern squad from earlier this year. That would be the national title-winning lacrosse team. They, too, lost their first game by a goal and then did not lose again. And I think that this field hockey team certainly has the potential to do that. I don't necessarily think it's championship or bust, but the ceiling of this team for sure is championship, and I would not be surprised at all if they make a 3rd straight Final Four, but I think the team has done a great job at keeping the games in front of them. They've come out for every game ready to play. I think they're going to continue to do that, and if they're able to do that, then they're going to be playing a lot more games with a lot bigger impacts, and I do think eventually they could end up hoisting that trophy at the end of the year.
Well, appreciate the analysis, Brendan. Great work as always.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Great work.
After a tough loss to Penn State, the football team welcomed Howard to Ryan Field on homecoming weekend with a chance to even out their record. Wildcats at home to take on the Howard Bison of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, and a new face is at starting quarterback for NU, Brendan Sullivan in for the injured Ben Bryant. And Sully wasted no time getting going. The junior, early in the first quarter on the scramble, decides to just take it himself, rumbling like a locomotive 35 yards down the sideline for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. And the defense was getting active too. Xander Mueller laying on the pressure, and a Bison penalty leads to the rare safety. 9-0 Wildcats. Sullivan getting it done in the air too, finding Bryce Kurtz on a slant for this touchdown, Kurtz's 3rd of the season. Wildcats up 16-0 going into the half, but the Bison wouldn't stay quiet for much longer. In the 3rd, a nice Howard possession sets up a Jashawn Scroggins touchdown to put Howard on the board. The Wildcats tacked on another touchdown, but the Bison responded in a big way. Eden James had a big second half of football, including this 64-yard touchdown to bring Howard within 10. Northwestern needing a big possession here to widen the score, but Sullivan can't complete the pass. On 3rd down, it goes back to Howard. The Bison needing a quick score, and that is a good man to give the rock to. Eden James rumbles down 16 yards to the 1. And the very next play, Jarrett Hunter knives through the defense for a touchdown, and with that, the Cats up just 3 points. It was certainly gut check time, but a failed onside kick meant the Cats would hold on. Northwestern wins it 23-20 and escapes with the W. Now at the halfway point in their season, the Cats sit at 3-3 and are right in the crowded middle of a race for the Big Ten West. With a bye week, the Cats will rest up and study before traveling westward to take on Nebraska on October 21st. In other football news, last night, Evanston's Land Use Commission voted unanimously to recommend Northwestern's plan for construction of the new Ryan Field to City Council.
Yes, so with 9 votes in favor and none against, the plan development special use receives a positive recommendation to move forward to City Council.
However, in a major blow to Northwestern, the commission voted against an amendment to rezone the area around Ryan Field, which NU needs to hold public concerts at the new stadium. A majority of commissioners expressed concerns, including potential issues with parking, traffic, and other disturbances to the community on concert nights.
The residents didn't buy into this. They bought their homes thinking that they're going to have football games, and all of a sudden, oh my God, we have concerts. We have concerts. I have 2 little kids. They can't sleep at night because of the sounds coming from concerts. That doesn't make sense to me. That's just not appropriate.
Earlier in the meeting, Northwestern told the commission that it will not go forward with the stadium renovation without approval to hold concerts. In a statement to NNN Sports, a Northwestern spokesperson said in part, quote, "We are disappointed in the commission's non-binding recommendation of the complete project without concerts. However, we remain encouraged by the support of thousands of residents who support this project, and we are hopeful the City Council will vote to approve the new stadium in its entirety." As the statement notes, the Land Use Commission's recommendation is not final, and the City Council could approve the rezoning amendment at a vote expected later this month.
When we come back, men's soccer is still undefeated. Will it be the Scarlet Knights who finally put a dent in the loss column? Stay tuned.
My narrative since I've been locked up and kind of made my transition has been like redemption, accountability.
When I come into the classroom environment, every individual that sits amongst me takes education seriously.
Welcome back to Sports Night. We're in the midst of a fall sports season that's absolutely loaded with exciting teams and riveting action, so let's waste no time jumping back in.
With 8 wins and 3 ties on the season, the number 12 ranked Northwestern men's soccer team looked to keep their undefeated season alive on Sunday against Rutgers. The Cats look to continue their undefeated season with the matchup by Lake Michigan with the visiting Scarlet Knights. Northwestern fell to Rutgers 4-2 in their lone matchup last season, so they were looking to get revenge. And as we get started at Martin Stadium, Northwestern's Nigel Prince gets hit with a yellow card when Rutgers' Kurt Calof takes a questionable fall, just steps away from the 18-yard box. Still 0-0 in this one as we approach the 9-minute mark. And the clock ultimately will count down to the end of the first half here. Very little action as neither team manages to score a goal before the whistle sounds. The Wildcats walk off the field having recorded 7 shots to the Scarlet Knights' 10. The goalies on both sides each recorded 2 shots before the players take a break. We cut back in here 30-plus minutes into the second half. Pass by Justin Weiss finds Ugo Achara, who shoots and scores! Northwestern strikes first in this one with just under 12 minutes to go. 8 minutes later, Northwestern on the attack again. Javen Van Deventer has the ball in the 18. He winds, fires, and scores. Hits the back of the net for the Wildcats' second goal of the afternoon, putting this one just about out of reach with less than 4 minutes to play. And as expected, that would do it here in Evanston as the Cats rack up their 9th win of the season to continue their improbable run of dominance.
Sticking with soccer, the women's squad looked to get back on track on Thursday, having not won a match since September 17th. A meeting with number 20 Wisconsin provided the opportunity to do just that. Wildcats travel to Madison to take on a Badgers team that's allowed just 9 goals the whole year. 12 minutes into the game, cross from Izzy Verdugo to the box, scored by redshirt senior Emma Jaskinek to put Wisconsin on the board. Badgers take a 1-0 lead. 35 minutes in, Wildcats still trailing. 8 Wildcats in the box as Wisconsin attacks. A nifty pass and a quick pivot leads to another score by Jaskinek for her second goal. Her second 2-goal game of the year, 7th total goal of the season. 2-0 Wisco at halftime. Just over 2 minutes into the second half, Northwestern moving fast. Through ball to Ella Haas. She chips it with her left foot for the goal. Her 7th goal of the season makes it 2-1, assisted by Meg Bodie as the Cats cut the deficit in half. Cats hoping to equalize with 8 minutes left. Long cross to Araya Del Carmen. She's taken out by Wisconsin goalie Erin McKinney. McKinney is given the late red card, forces backup Drew Stover in the game, and suddenly NU has a free kick with a chance to tie. Meg Bodie to take the kick. She kicks it above the top of the net. Wisconsin survives the late threat, and Northwestern can't capitalize against a shorthanded Wisconsin. The Wildcats extend the winless streak to 5 and sit 12th in the conference. With only a handful of games left this regular season, the Cats will next have a chance to reverse their fortune against Iowa in a match that's being played out in Iowa City as we speak. After that, the Wildcats welcome number 4 Penn State to town on Sunday.
Northwestern men's tennis kick-started its 2023-24 season in South Bend, Indiana, as part of the Bobby Bayless Invitational last weekend. On Friday, the Wildcats went 3-5 in 8 singles matches. First-year Nicholas Herdoiza catalyzed a strong start to his college career, claiming wins over singles players from Purdue and Western Michigan. Senior Presley Theineman also beat Dan Labrador on the opening day. Saturday proved to be another solid day for NU. The team posted a 3-1 record in doubles. Theinemann and first-year Grayson Casey earned 2 victories against competition from Illinois and Vanderbilt. And Erdoiza and fellow newcomer Owen McGargy downed Noah Becker and Brian Billsley of Notre Dame in singles play. McGargy continued a good beginning by beating Andrew Mayer of Indiana 6-3, 3-6, and 1-0. The final day of play was unblemished for Arvid Swan's side. Erdoiza, McGargy, Theinemann, and Casey claimed wins. Northwestern returns to action at the ITA Midwest Regional Championships Thursday, October 19th in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
The women's tennis team began play in the ITA Women's Midwest Regional Championships in East Lansing, Michigan. 4 Wildcats competed in the qualifying singles round today, overall going 6-1 on the day. First years Nina Feldman and Autumn Rabjohns both impressed in their regional debut to move on to the round of 16, including Rabjohns' 6-0, 6-1 opening win. Junior Kylie Rabjohns, the older of the two sisters, also cruised to 2 wins, overall winning 24 games to 7 across the day. The Wildcats will continue their surge in both singles and doubles throughout the week.
When we get back from break, we'll check in with Northwestern Volleyball, who took a weekend trip to Michigan to face off against the Wolverines and Spartans.
My relationship with Giannis is unique. We're from the same country, we're from the same city. Being a Northwestern alum, I think, has tremendous advantages in the sports industry. To me, that community, it's been with me for 20 plus years.
I'm Kelly McEvers, founding host of the NPR podcast Embedded.
I'm James Edwards, host of the Unresolved podcast from Frontline.
I'm Antonia Cereijido, former senior producer of Anything for Selena podcast and current executive producer at Elias Studios.
Welcome back to Sports Night, your prime destination for all things Northwestern sports, and let's jump right back in with volleyball.
Coming off a road win against number 17 Purdue, Northwestern headed to Michigan looking to keep the momentum going. First up on the Michigan tour was Ann Arbor, where the Cats look to take down the 2-win Wolverines. Northwestern hopes to return back to 500 in conference play, while Michigan looks for their first conference win of the year. Northwestern down by 1 in set 1, served by Michigan. Set from Alexa Rousseau. Attack error, however, from Julia San Giacomo, so Michigan will take the first set. The first 3 sets of the game were all decided by 2 points. Northwestern losing 1-0 in the set battle. San Giacomo blocked by Michigan. Set back to Rousseau. An attack from Leilani Dotson. The spike is good. 21-19. Alexa Rousseau now serving with match point, and she serves an ace. Northwestern ties this one up 1-1. Northwestern looking to make something happen here in the third set. Close one, spiked by Dotson, saved by Valentina Volley. She spikes it past 2 Wildcats' arms, giving Michigan the advantage in the third set. Set point now, trying to stay alive, going down 2-1, but Lauren Carter's serve goes long, and the Wolverines take set 3. Now in the fourth set, served by Mira Chopra. Rushing set by Rousseau, but it's blocked to the hands of Scotty Johnson. Her set to Serena Nyambo, and kill is good. Michigan on the verge of their first Big Ten win of the season. Northwestern down 4 late. Michigan's set by Johnson is to Jackie Boney. Too much for Ellie Stinson, and Northwestern goes down, falling to 7-8 on the season. Volleyball next traveled to East Lansing for a Saturday contest against Michigan State. The Cats look to avenge their 5-set loss to the Spartans from earlier in the season. Starting things off late in the first set, it's the Taylor Hold'em show. Her kill secures the first set for the Spartans, 25-22. Northwestern looking to battle back in the second set, and they did, taking a 24-16 lead. Alexa Rousseau sets this one up for grad student Maddie Chin, who gets the kill, securing the second set for the Cats. This one all tied up at 1 set apiece. Third set now, and it's a block party. Kennedy Hill and Avery Hernandez come together on the block to make it a 4-point lead, 20-16. Set point in the third now, and NU wins it. Julia Giacomo nabs it for her 21st kill of the match. Cats looking for one more set to seal the upset. However, Michigan State would not go away. The Spartans win the fourth set, and we are headed to another 5-setter between these two squads. Things heating up in the fifth and final set. Rousseau sets this one up for Chin on the outside, who gets the kill, stretching the lead to 12-8. The Cats need just 3 more points to pull this one off. And to wrap things up, who else but Giacomo? Her 32nd kill of the match ends it. Hernandez also added a career-best 17 kills as the Wildcats win this one 3-2. With their win against Michigan State, the Cats have a record of 8-8. They'll look to get over 500 in a Friday night showdown with Maryland at Welsh Ryan Arena.
The women's golf team stayed in state for the Illini Women's Invitational Tuesday at the prestigious Medina Country Club. Northwestern finished third out of 15 teams, with 4 Wildcats placing in the top 20. The Wildcats posted a 54-hole score of 850 to sneak past 11th-ranked San Jose State by 4 strokes for third place. The field included 5 other teams in the top 30 of Golf Week Women's Team Collegiate Rankings. Diana Lee was Northwestern's top finisher at 6th place, shooting .211. That score was an impressive 5 under par. Lauren Wynn followed close behind, shooting .212 for 9th place. The Wildcat duo of Ashley Yun and Jennifer Kai creeped into the top 20, sharing 19th place. Both shot .215. The Cats have a week off before traveling to the West Coast next Friday and Saturday for the Stanford Intercollegiate Invitational.
In news coming this morning, softball head coach Kate Drohan and Northwestern announced a multi-year extension to keep her in Evanston. The reigning Big Ten Coach of the Year has been with the Wildcats since 2002, taking the squad to 16 regional tournaments and 3 Women's College World Series. In a statement, Drohan said, "I continue to choose Northwestern because I believe there is no other place in the country that intertwines and supports our work on the softball field, in the classroom, and in the community at a championship level." Last season, the Wildcats won the Big Ten and appeared in the NCAA Super Regional. This followed up a trip to the College World Series in 2022. The athletic calendar never stops. Northwestern is in for a busy week ahead. Here's how to catch the Cats.
On Friday, volleyball takes on Maryland, seeking their first home win of the conference slate.
On Sunday, head to Lakeside Field to catch the #1 ranked field hockey team as they look to make it 13 straight wins against Ohio.
And finally, head next door to Martin Stadium to see women's soccer take on former Wildcat Rowan Lappy and #4 Penn State.
Don't miss us too much. We'll be back after the break with Plays of the Week.
Ready, set, go!
My narrative since I've been locked up and kind of made my transition has been like redemption, accountability.
When I come into the classroom environment, every individual that sits amongst me takes education seriously.
Welcome back to Sports Night. Griffin promised before the break that it was time for Plays of the Week, and I'm not in the business of breaking promises, so let's roll it. Plays of the Week.
Number 3, Cats, Bison, play action, Brendan Sullivan rolling right, looking to fling it. points for a block and rumbles past defenders for a 32-yard touchdown scamper to put the Cats on the board first.
Number 2, Cats volleyball at Michigan State. Match point in the 5th and final set, Northwestern with an opportunity to avenge its home loss against Michigan State at the end of September. Nice dig from Navarrete. Rousseau over to San Giacomo, who gets it done for her 32nd kill of the night.
And number 1, men's soccer versus Rutgers. Javen Van Deventer spinning away from a swarm of defenders, sprinting right, shooting left to beat the goalkeeper Dalton. His first goal of the season secures victory for Northwestern.
Well, Griffin, in the words of Semisonic, it's closing time.
I think you're right, Ethan. Be sure to check us out on Twitter at NNN Sports and on Instagram at NNN_sports. For Ethan Segall, I'm Griffin Senyek. We'll see you next week. Go Cats!